Hey badasses, this is Donnie Magovern, the founding badass behind Success Champions, the podcast, the magazine, the Facebook group filled full of business owners that are doing amazing things growing and scaling their business. Here we are at the Hearst Convention Center in Fort Worth, Texas, getting geared up for the Badass Business Summit. We're bringing in 12 amazing speakers from around the U.S. to help you get your publicity and your business development right at this ultimate event called the Badass Business Summit. At this event, you're going to learn how to get on stages, how to get on podcasts, how to write your book. You're also going to learn about how to automate your sales process, how to network at a high-end level. You're going to learn how to get your social media dialed in so it's perfect for your business so you can grow and scale. We all set out to start our own businesses to find that freedom from doing the 9-to-5 job. Now it's time to scale that business up, get after it, and go big as hell. I promise you, at the Badass Business Summit, you're going to unleash that inner badass inside of you so you can go big and loud and change the world.
Hey, wow. What is going? That was
wow. That was amazing. Oh my gosh. It got me pumped.
Right? How are you, dear?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing well. It's crazy. I'm been wrestling goats all day, so this should be a lot of fun. So welcome everybody to Wednesday Meet the Experts, the speakers and sponsors for the Badass Business Summit, coming to you live in September at the Hearst Convention Center. I get the pleasure of hanging out for the next little while with the badass herself, Miss Stacey Magovern, who's got one hell of a story of how she got here and the things she's done. I'm excited to chat with her for a little while and talk about all things awesome. So, Stacey, quickly tell them who the heck you are.
Yeah, so Stacey Magovern, founder and CEO of Point Blank Safety Services, where we employ active duty police officers. They work for us in their off-duty time. We have contracts all over the state of Texas for traffic control as well as site security for those guys. And then because of that success, my husband and I co-founded Blue Family Fund, which is a nonprofit that helps first responders with scholarships and financial aid in times of need. So kind of a dual role for me. And then, since all this has happened, I've kind of become an author and speaker and all kinds of stuff. I met this guy and he kept telling me to go bigger. And yeah, here I am. So is that goats or dogs?
No, that was the goats this time. I was telling the dogs to shut up. This is how you know it's real life. I can't even get my Zoom
right?
Not working well. But yeah, so it's been a hell of a ride. We even did a cookbook together. Wow, my hat is totally jacked up. Hold on, we gotta make myself look pretty here. I think we're getting it right. Jeez, oh Pete. I don't usually wear a hat.
I even put on makeup for you.
I know, dude. You get all dolled up, and I'm a hot, sweaty mess over here. So.
Yeah,
but I'm totally excited for this summit and story and hearing everything you've done. I think so many people are going to be flat out inspired by your journey, the things you've overcome along the way to figure out how to really build this multi-million-dollar company that you've put together. That's a task for you to look pretty, Donnie. Thank you, Donald Dawson, for that.
Well, you know what? I'm excited. I was thinking today about the new dates for the Business Summit, right? Yep. September 25th through 27th. And I'm thinking, how perfect is that? Because it's like coming right off this whole quarantine, and everybody's going to be so, motivated, excited to get back to work and get their businesses exploding again. And so I just think if they get tickets to this thing, they're really going to get the motivation, the inspiration, the skills, the ideas that they need to really take their business to the next level or bring it back from maybe where it was before this whole nightmare happened. So, yeah, I'm super excited to be a part of it and can't wait to meet everyone and make this happen.
Yeah, and I love, so you guys know, Stacey helps out tremendously behind the scenes with the summit with a lot of the things that we're doing. And it's fun to have her as part of the team. And like everybody, we've all made a little bit of adjustments in our businesses. We've adjusted a little bit with kind of the speaker lineup and who all we're bringing to the table and how we're doing it. And we're having a lot of fun laying out all these different things so you as a guest can get the most fun out of it, the most amount of networking, and the most amount of knowledge and learning going through this.
For
One of
sure.
probably the biggest changes we did, and we're still hashing out the details, but we're doing away with the tracks. We're going to go with a solo track. That way you guys get to see every speaker and be able to visit and join every session. So this is going to be a lot of fun. Cassie Lockwood says, "Love you, Stacey Magovern." So she's a sweetheart. I can't do that heart thing.
I know, I don't do it very well either. But
I'm like
yeah.
I'm like a moron over here. I'm like,
well, and then the camera, I'm like, wait, is it?
yeah, wait, which way do your hands go?
But
So,
I love Cassie. She's awesome.
She is awesome. She'll be there set up with a vendor booth as well, which is very, very, very cool. So let's talk a little bit about what your business is doing, right now in this time, how you guys are adapting and adjusting. I mean, because you guys are in a cool spot to be able to employ off-duty police officers with your business. So how much has this affected your guys' business, and what are you doing at the moment?
It has. I mean, there's really no business I think that it hasn't affected, but
the liquor stores. I don't think it's affected the liquor stores.
Well, that's probably because of me, but but anyway, yeah, it's affected us in a lot of our security jobs because the businesses are now closed, just completely shut down, and so they don't need the boots on the ground for their business. But as far as the traffic control stuff for TxDOT and highway construction is never going to stop. So that's still going pretty strong. Trying obviously to win more deals so that I can, it's a thing, Donnie, when you have 200 police officers that are relying on you for off-duty work as much or as little as they want every month, you wake up and you get after it.
Yeah.
You don't want to disappoint those families, and you don't want them not to be able to have what they need in order to make ends meet. So yeah, so we're still, building away at making sure we're getting out there and getting those contracts for those officers. But, we're also thinking outside the box a little. We got a new referral partner that does video surveillance, cameras with live monitoring of those cameras. And we're partnering with them because sometimes you need the cameras and the video monitoring, and then there's a point where you need the boots on the ground. So it's really a great partnership. And he's already referred a business to us in Houston. So we're very excited about that partnership and being able to give the full realm of security to any customer that needs it. So, sometimes when things like this happen, you just have to kind of think outside the box and even embrace working with your competitors, which sometimes people always look at me crazy when I say that. But, there's enough business for all of us. So if we just work together, there's going to be a need at some point, for both companies. And it does.
What's always fascinated me about you, you're just a GSD. A get shit done dude, man.
Oh, for sure.
You just get after it. I wrote an article that I actually caught a lot of slack on in a couple of different platforms, and I said, you got two choices. You can get to work or you can take a freaking vacation. And people told me I was insensitive, that people are going through things and everything else. And for me, I just laugh because I'm not wired that way. I'm not going to slow down anything else. And that's one thing I've always admired about you, is the ability to pivot's being overused right now, but adapt to your situation, figure out how to keep plowing forward, and set yourself a challenge that you can continually try and climb over. I mean, being responsible for 200 officers, that's a lot of stress. That's put a lot on you, and it's got to make some late nights and early mornings trying to figure it all out.
Well, I mean, nobody wants to go backwards. I mean,
Right.
Let's be honest. I mean, it's just the truth. Once you get to a certain level, you want to stay at that level. And I'm just one of those people that I don't accept defeat. I don't accept that, okay, there's a pandemic, so we're going to take a loss this year. No, that's not what's going to happen. I'm going to figure out a way to make up that loss, or like you said, pivot online, whatever it takes. There's a great TikTok video that, people ask you what you do, you say whatever it takes. And that is 100% how I feel. I wake up every morning in a new world, ready to go. And, what are we going to do today to make things different than yesterday and to continue to grow our business and scale it and move forward? And I know a lot of people struggle with that type of motivation. They kind of take the hits, and I think you said one time, what you misery stacking or something?
Yes.
They just keep saying, well, it's not my fault, it's the pandemic. Well, it's not my fault, it's this. But at some point, it is your fault. I mean, you have to take responsibility because there are businesses out there hurting, but there's also businesses coming up with ways to make up the loss in income.
Yeah.
So,
totally.
Yeah.
Don't become a victim at this point, man. Don't let the pandemic destroy what you spent all your hard work building.
Exactly.
And keep getting after it. I keep enjoying the cool stories and the things that keep popping out of here. Like the DJ I talked to yesterday, she has had several weddings closed, postponed, canceled, events canceled, moved. She's like, I don't care. I'm a DJ. So she's going live every day and just doing DJ on Facebook Lives and stuff, just so people have some badass music to listen to on a regular basis. She's
Right.
like, it may get me some business down the road. I have no idea, but I'm not going to sit on my ass and do nothing. And this is what I can do. And I'm like, I love those people that can, stay getting after it and do more with it.
Those are the stories I love on Facebook. I mean,
Yep.
Is it Umbra Winery?
Oh, Umbra.
Sorry, I wasn't sure how to say it. I just saw her new post where she's doing weddings for $19.95. Short and sweet, and get it done, and you still get a great venue and whatever. I mean, that's awesome. I mean, that's how you get through these things, is you figure out a way to adapt and adjust and make it happen.
Yeah.
And that's how I got to where I am. Is I just said, no one's going to change this life. No one's going to change my financial income except for me. I mean,
Yes.
If you sit around waiting for someone to knock on your door and give you $1 million, that's just not going to happen. So you got to figure out a way to do it for yourself. And it may take you multiple tries. I didn't do it the first time around, for sure.
I think it's a good point for people to hear. How many businesses have you run?
Total? Gosh. 1, 2, maybe 4.
4. How many of them did you run into the millions?
1.
Right. I just want people to hear it. It's a try again world.
Right.
It's, or as a little engine you could. I don't know what the hell it is. First you don't succeed, try again.
Yeah.
And that's it. TJ Thompson says you have the responsibility to work your business regardless of outside circumstances occurring that you can't control, and that's it. He's 100% spot on.
Yeah.
I mean, if you don't look at this moment like an opportunity, you're gonna be in trouble.
Well, and if you want an excuse, you're going to find one.
Yes.
Right? Whether it's a pandemic or whatever it is. So if you're looking for an excuse not to succeed, you'll find it. Yeah.
Sure. My mortgage company contacted me, and they literally said, Donnie, we can delay your mortgage payment for 6 months. I'm like, okay, what happens with those payments? Well, they're like, well, they're due at the time when it's done. I said, so I don't pay now, and then 6 months, I've got to pay all the interest and everything of those 6 month get. I'm like, who the hell would do that? That's not helping anybody out. That's making sure they default on their loan, because if they can't afford, their 1 monthly payment now, they're not going to afford 6 times of it down the road.
Right. And then your credit's screwed as well. So you're totally fucked. Yeah. This is a true story. I clicked on my mortgage loan because it said, COVID relief, click here. So I was like, well, let's just see what they're offering. So I clicked it, and it's a survey. It says, can you afford your mortgage today or not? Yes or no. So I clicked yes, and I swear this is the truth. It pops up, well, then pay it.
Thanks for the help.
I was like, wow. That took some real marketing skill on that one.
That's so awesome. We'll pay it. Thank you. It's funny. I think the other thing that's annoying me right now is all the random pointless emails from like Apple Podcasts. Just want you to know we're here for you. Thanks. That didn't do anything for me, my business, my podcast, anything else. I don't understand the desire to put out some information that's not beneficial to anybody, but some PR hound said, oh, you got to say something. You got to say something. Good. Go live and say something. Don't,
I do, though. I want to say this one thing is that I do think it's good to put out an email just to say we're still working.
Yes, agreed.
Still going strong. We're not taking a break. We're not quitting, because I've had a couple of come, are y'all working during this, or can we hire please, or what? And I'm like, oh my gosh, yes. So we immediately put something out to our clients just saying, yeah, we're 100% still working. You can absolutely call us for officers. So it is good to kind of let your current clientele know that you're still up and going and you're still in it. Versus some of the people that are just whatever they're doing, taking it.
And Donald Dotson says he's here for me during this COVID-19. Thank you, Dotson. I appreciate you, smartass.
He better be working on my purse. I'm just
right. Well, he just finished up my mask, so I'm like, damn it, if I'm gonna wear a mask, I might as well get a fucking badass one with my logo and all kinds of shit on. So I know that's coming. So, and here's the thing, guys. One thing that I know about Stacey that just makes her amazingly awesome is how much she gives back to small businesses in general by making small purchases, supporting them in their locations and time. And I highly encourage you guys that if you can at this moment, Dotson says I am. Oh, it says I am Stacey Magovern. But I was reading, he's saying I am Stacey, working on your purse. But at this point, guys, if you can support some of these small businesses, go out to eat. I saw somebody do a cool idea, which I hadn't thought of, is go through the drive-through or pick up a meal from somebody, go get to a park where there's nobody else around and sit down and eat outside. It's just something completely different to do, to get out of your houses and go be amongst the people. But buy small things, and for some small businesses, even a small $10 purchase is going to go a long damn way right now.
Yeah. What I did, Donnie, we actually went in and we looked at all our finances, and we canceled all the fluff. I mean, everything that was just recurring that we just don't need or haven't been using or whatever, we canceled it all. And I added it all up, and it came to about $400 a month. So I took that exact $400 and I put a post out, and I just said, if you own a small business and you have products to sell, put a link in here. And I went in and I bought from everyone that I could that totaled up to that $400. I got mascara, I got powder. I mean, all things I would have bought anyway, but from a different company, probably not from these small companies. I brought highlighter and a t-shirt and just, a bunch of stuff. And and then people, you wouldn't believe how grateful some, and I know it didn't make them or break them, but maybe it helped them a little bit over the hump, or maybe it got them a little more exposure, to some other people. So, especially some of us with bigger followings and stuff. I mean, that's really something huge you can do, is just let them post their links to help them get the word out.
Absolutely. And think about everybody who's not going to Starbucks right now because they're not open. Take that extra $5 or $20 you would spend a month and go buy something off somebody. I mean, it's amazing. You don't know that little $10 purchase may be what helps them finish paying their electric bill or their water bill or whatever else. I mean, I love the phrase Warren Buffett said. He says there's a lot of business owners that are swimming naked in the ocean when the water's good, but when the water gets turbulent and rough, you actually get to see that everybody's really struggling to make ends meet, and that's the moment we're in. And it's up to us as people who have the ability to go help other people to do small things that may be insignificant to us but are huge impact to others.
You know what? And I'm really taking note of those businesses that are giving back and really give a shit right now. Michael and I were really impressed with Home Zone. I've never been in Home Zone. I don't know anything about them, but they're letting you bring in every receipt from takeout orders that you've, takeout or delivery orders that you've done over this whole pandemic time. You bring them all in, they'll add them up, and they take that amount off your furniture purchase.
Oh, wow.
I mean, that's pretty cool. I mean, and I'm, they're, a big company, but I'm really taking note of those companies that are doing things like that in this time, because those are the companies that I want to do business with.
Well, and same thing is taking note of the companies that are taking advantage of the situation as well. That taking money they shouldn't have taken, and all kinds of craziness.
Yeah, I don't care if they gave it back or not. They shouldn't. They should have known better.
Oh, Dawson says it this way. He says that one purchase may not pay a bill, but it gives someone that reason to keep working. Sometimes that's all you need.
True.
Yeah.
Motivation, it's a thing. Seriously, there was a quote. Oh, it was so great. I put out in the networking group this week, which I run the Fort Worth networking group in case anyone wants to know. What was it? Oh, people say motivation doesn't last. Well, neither does bathing. You have to do it every day.
True. Very true.
Yeah, Zig Ziglar said that one. I thought that was a pretty good one because, it's one motivating thing doesn't last forever. You got to keep pushing and keep looking for those things that inspire you and motivate you to keep going.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. And I tell you, it's always fun to call you friend and, hang out with you every chance I get. And I'm so excited to have you coming along for the ride at the Badass Business Summit. Guys, I promise this event is going to be the thing you need after we get out of all this. It's going to be that thing to kick you back in the ass and get you running and gunning, as we go through this with amazing vendors, amazing speakers, live podcast, and just an all-around damn good time. We're really looking forward to this.
Well, and what's cool is you can buy a VIP ticket, right? And you can really get some one-on-one time with some of the experts or the speakers, and kind of learn, get that one-on-one real questions, like, things you really want to drill down and know. A lot of times I speak places and then get messages back and people go, oh, I just wanted to ask you this one thing. And it's that one thing that they really needed to kind of move themselves forward. So that's exciting, I think, to be able to get that one-on-one time.
Yep. And with your ticket purchases, I don't have a picture. I got to add that up to the slide deck. But each of the speakers has written a chapter in a book that we're calling, I think it's called Badass Business. But that will be come out. So if you buy your tickets, Volume 1, yep. Badass Business Volume 1, you'll get a book with one chapter from each of the speakers highlighting what they're speaking about, the details of it, and that comes with your ticket purchase. So it'll be a very, very, very cool thing. So get your tickets, come hang out with us. If you have not seen Success Champion networking groups, highly recommend checking those out. Stacey briefly mentioned it. She runs the Fort Worth chapter, Fort Worth 1. It's our inaugural chapter. And the what?
The biggest chapter.
It's the biggest chapter. She's going to throw that out there. A little bit competitive on her side. Don't want that. And it's a cool way to network with other businesses. We have 12 chapters launched across the U.S., working on 2 in Europe right now. So opportunity to get in and learn more about how to grow and scale your business in your local market. So,
yeah. And if you don't know anything about networking, it's okay. You can come, you can visit a group twice, learn what it's all about, how it all works, and we'll kind of, walk you through it. Donnie built a career using networking. I built a sales career using networking. It does work if you find the right partners and you find the right group of people that you really click with. So yeah, you should really, if your business is struggling, you should come check it out because you get a whole team of salespeople. I mean, I think we're gonna grow up to 30 people in our group, so that's 30 people out there looking for leads and referrals for your business.
How can you go wrong by literally sitting down with other business owners that are excited about helping you grow your business through different networking options? I mean, I highly recommend you taking a hard look at those. So, Stacey, before we get out of here, we're getting ready to get up in the half-hour window. Last parting words and thoughts for everybody listening and tuning in on.
I just want to mention that if y'all don't know, Donnie and I wrote a cookbook together.
Oh.
It's got recipes for success. It's really a motivational and real tips for how to run your business, as well as actual easy recipes you can cook in the kitchen. So for those of you that don't know, I call my mom the original badass. She worked in retail for 44 years, running her own retail stores, and she left every day before 7 a.m. and didn't get home till almost 7 p.m. at night. And I never once ate takeout or fast food. She cooked a meal every single night. So this is a book in honor of her a little bit, just to show that you can run a successful business and still put a good meal on the table. So it's on Amazon if y'all want to check it out. And as far as just parting words, I just want to say thank you to Donnie. Thanks for having me in the Badass Business Summit. I'm so excited. I can't wait to meet everyone and learn more about your businesses and really dive in as to how maybe I can help you figure out how to get your business to the next level. It happened for me. It can happen for everyone. I truly went from salesperson, police wife to running a multi-million-dollar business overnight. So the American dream is out there. You just gotta really work for it.
No, that's awesome, girl. I so appreciate you. Love hanging out with you. Love everything you do to give back to police officers, their families. I love what you do with the business, and it's been an amazing journey and story to just watch you rise and all the cool shit you've done since we've been friends. And I'm just freaking proud of you, girl. Well done.
Thanks. I appreciate it.
So, guys, come hang out with us at the Badass Business Summit, September 25th through the 27th. It's going to be a good time. Get your tickets at badassbusinesssummit.com. See you guys.
Whoop, whoop.
Hey badasses, this is Donnie Magovern, the founding badass behind Success Champions, the podcast, the magazine, the Facebook group filled full of business owners that are doing amazing things growing and scaling their business. Here we are at the Hearst Convention Center in Fort Worth, Texas, getting geared up for the Badass Business Summit. We're bringing in 12 amazing speakers from around the U.S. to help you get your publicity and your business development right at this ultimate event called the Badass Business Summit. At this event, you're going to learn how to get on stages, how to get on podcasts, how to write your book. You're also going to learn about how to automate your sales process, how to network at a high-end level. You're going to learn how to get your social media dialed in so it's perfect for your business so you can grow and scale. We all set out to start our own businesses to find that freedom from doing the 9-to-5 job. Now it's time to scale that business up, get after it, and go big as hell. I promise you, at the Badass Business Summit, you're going to unleash that inner badass inside of you so you can go big and loud and change the world.